All right, YouTube. Today I'm going to be making up a aluminum intake box for my Turbo Sierra. It is a 7875 on 3 turbocharger on a stock 5.3, and for the past, I don't know, month, I've been running this cheap filter intake setup I've got going on, and it's just it's not the look I've been wanting. So we're gonna go ahead and make a Airbox that sits right about here out of aluminum. I designed something up on SolidWorks. I'll go ahead and throw some pictures or videos of that in here right now. And then I've got this cardboard template just to verify that my idea would actually work in here. And the inlet will just go on the side here. Time to cut this out of aluminum and get to TIG welding. All right, so here's the start of the Airbox. I've got the bottom piece and one of the side pieces clamped together, ready to get tacked up. I just cut these all out of a big sheet of aluminum that I bought for like 40 bucks. This is just 1/8 inch aluminum from a local metal recycler. So got those all cut out. I used a cutoff wheel on an angle grinder. So it's not the most efficient way at cutting this stuff, but it works, and that's what I have. So, but it's all clamped together and ready to be tacked, at least the first 2 pieces. I have another piece cut out. This piece is going to be the front of the box. I'm gonna go there, and then I have to cut out the sides, and then I have to make the flange portion for the top and the cover. So we're gonna go ahead and get this tacked together, and then maybe tack on this piece, and then I'll cut out the sides and get those all tacked on, and then we'll start doing some final welding. But yeah, going good. All right, we've got the first 2 pieces tacked together, and the third piece is clamped up and ready to be tacked on as well. We're gonna get this piece tacked up, and I'll update you guys when that's done. We've got the front panel tacked into place now. A couple thick tacks so it's not going anywhere. But we just got the next piece cut out, and we'll be tacking this in here in a second. This is going to sit, if I can do this one-handed, hold on. It's gonna sit something like that. Again, this is all cut using a DeWalt angle grinder and a lot of precision. But yeah, the piece fits pretty good. I do have to make a slight adjustment right here. It's a little too tall, but that's no big deal. But we're gonna go ahead and run this on the belt sander and get this edge up here knocked down a little bit so we can have a perfect fitting piece. And then we'll get that tacked into place and move on to the other side. All right, I threw that piece on the belt sander, got it fitting pretty good now. All right, I was able to get this side piece tacked into place. I got 2 small tacks holding it together right now, so it's pretty fragile, but it's all looking good. I'm just gonna do some minor adjustments, make sure everything's sitting where I want it to sit, and gonna throw some more tacks on this thing. All right, so I kind of got ahead of myself. Didn't take as many videos of the rest of this process, but the box is fully welded together. I even have a oval shaped hole in the bottom for the air intake. I have the tube tack welded in. I'm gonna wait to final weld this until I get my my silicone elbow that goes from here to the turbo, just to make sure it works. But yeah, I've got the box fully welded up now. Getting a little better at aluminum TIG, so I'm pretty happy with the results so far. For the most part, it actually went really well. I have test fitted it into the truck. I'll bring it over there and show you guys. Currently, I do have a filter back on it, so I can't drop this in there. I actually did just get this running again. I blew a coolant line the other day, but got it fixed today. So I'm able to drive it tomorrow and over the weekend. So, but for now, I already did test fit this box as it is without the filter, and it does fit. I'll just set it right here. That's about where it's gonna go. And then this 45-degree tube is kind of pointing over towards the turbo. And so all I need is a 45-degree elbow, which I ordered on Amazon. I did go ahead and take some measurements for the filter that I'll be running in this. I'm going to be getting a filter from AFE Power. I ran one of theirs on my last Turbo Civic. They pretty much have any size you could ever want for filters, lots of options. And right now I am actually making the top flange that'll be welded onto the top. I've got the inside cut out, obviously, and I've got center punches marked around the entire perimeter of this, where I'm going to be installing some riv nuts. So those riv nuts is what I'm going to use to hold down the cover for this. I'm going to be making like a Lexan or plexiglass cover. Yeah, so that's going to kind of sit right on top there. I'm going to do some more corner welds around the whole perimeter, grind it flat, and then we'll have a flange for our cover. Before I go ahead and throw this on the box and get it all welded up, I'm going to drill all 10 holes here for the riv nuts, and then I'll install the riv nuts after I get this final welded in. But yeah, we're coming along, and I'll update you guys when I have some more progress on this thing. Alrighty, I've got the top flange welded on to the rest of the box, and then I went ahead and ground down the high spots from all the weld beads. Made this thing nice and flat, and we're ready to insert the riv nuts and get those in there for good now. Alrighty, I think I've hit my stopping point for the night. I've got 6 out of 10 riv nuts done. Almost had 7 done, but this one decided to pull the threads out of itself, and it's still loose, so I'm gonna have to deal with that tomorrow. This is ketchup, not blood. Totally didn't bust up my knuckle slipping off the wrench and punching this thing, but I've just about had it for the night, so I think I'm going to head inside, eat some dinner, drink some beer, and I think I'll get back to it tomorrow. So alrighty, this morning I ran to Harbor Freight and picked up this Doyle riv nut setter. So I went ahead and got the rest of the riv nuts set in there. Just finished up building this clear top for it. I still have to do a little bit of trimming to get it to fit how I want, but I have all the holes drilled, it lines up, and it's looking pretty good. So I now need to make a gasket and then order up a filter, and we'll be good to set it in the truck here in a few days. All right, the box is all finished up other than final welding the intake tube in. I'm just waiting until I get my coupler in from Amazon to go from the tube to the turbo, just to make sure everything lines up properly, and I don't have to move that tube around. But yeah, as you can see, the cover is all finished as well. I went ahead and painted a black border on it and threw a sticker on. I've also got the box mounted up. I was able to utilize some factory threaded holes underneath the box, and I just drilled some holes, threw some 6mm bolts in there, and good to go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the box turned out. All I need to do now is order a filter for it and slap that in there. And once this is final welded, the box will be complete. So if you guys have any questions, comments, criticism, anything, leave it down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back with you. But thanks for watching. Peace.